Take your front seat. The runway lights are up and the room is buzzing. Welcome to Brand Runway, where fempreneurs, coaches and visionaries transform from hidden gem to high-end influence. I'm Jenni Parker Brown, your front row guide to creating your own unforgettable brand presence. Each episode delivers the exact tools and brand direction to make you shine. From magnetic messaging to client attraction systems that feel as natural and delicious as a designer jacket. Whether I'm sharing backstage insights from my own journey or featuring conversations with brilliant innovators, you'll leave knowing exactly how to showcase your unique brilliance to attract your ideal customers. Because a luxury level brand presence shouldn't be exclusive. It should be accessible to every helping professional ready to step into your spotlight. Ladies, you've come to the right place. It's your time. And the champagne's on me. Welcome to the live Brand Runway studio. Today, I am super excited. This is the first time I've actually announced this, that we are starting a front row excitement celebration in preparation for the new Brand Runway magazine, the Brand Runway platform. And we're going to talk a little bit about what it's about. Mostly, I want to introduce you to each of my new experts, my new contributors. And I am absolutely super delighted to welcome back a few of the contributors that I had in Preeminence magazine. If you remember, House of Preeminence was the most glorious magazine. This magazine's quite different. And I am super excited to welcome back some of my absolute favorites and top experts into this magazine. She is here with me today. She's coming to the studio today. And let's say a big hello to Christine Williams.
Hi, Jenni. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So good to see you again. So good to be planning this new platform, this new adventure together. So I've explained a little bit about why Runway magazine is different, the platform, and how I came to it over the last couple of years since the last magazine. So what's your last couple of years been like? Before we get on to, first of all, introduce yourself, what you do, who you serve, and give us all the juicy stuff.
Absolutely. Happy to. So I'm Chris Williams, and I am a soulful business and leadership coach. I specialize in helping women who are health coaches, life coaches, spiritual coaches, healers, holistic practitioners, really women that are wanting to get their work in the world to help make our world a healthier, happier place. And they're not quite sure how to do it. And we have our certifications. I've been an entrepreneur in the wellness space for well over 30 years. And one of the things that I noticed and saw was that while I had these great certifications in multiple modalities, because we love learning and we love bringing on another certification to help somebody in another way, we weren't really taught how to actually build and grow a business. And the market has been changing really, really quickly. We can see that, even just from the past several years. What was taught back in 2025, even what was taught back in 2020 is no longer relevant to the market space anymore. And so I love to really support women, help them get to their first 6 figures in their business, then help them scale to multiple 6 figures if that's what they want, and really help them do it in a heart-centered way without having to resort to any of the aggressive tactics or, trying to convince or persuade somebody to work with them in the DMs or give away 1-hour free coaching sessions that are disguised as, discovery sessions. There's a lot of things that feel really out of alignment for those of us that feel really passionate about helping others. And so, I've created a way to do that in my business that's helped me actually create over $2 million in my business. And so I'm excited to help more women do that.
Thank you. Well, we're absolutely honored to have an entrepreneur. I would say veteran. It's perhaps not the right word, but you are a veteran.
I got it. I know. Old pro. I don't know. That doesn't sound good either.
I know. But the thing is that emerging founders do need to be led by people who have been in the trenches and know what it's about, especially navigating the changes as you talked about. We'll talk a little bit more about what's in store for 25 beyond the context in a bit. So I would love you to tell me why, when I invited you to come back to the magazine, you said yes.
Yeah, well, first of all, I love you, Jenni. So I love your heart. I love your spirit. I love your mission. And, I don't collaborate with just anybody. They have to really be in the same space. We're here to do more than just, make money or get clients. We're here to really make a change and create an impact in the world. And so when you reached out to me again, I'm like, absolutely. Like, tell me what you got going on. I would be more than happy to support. And, being a part of Preeminence also was, a key in how professional you are and how upscale that magazine was. It was just incredible and beautiful. And so I absolutely knew that whatever it is that you were going to be creating next was going to be at that high caliber as well. The guests that you brought on were very high caliber. All of the contributors were in that same energetic space as well that we are. So I'm excited to be a part of this because now we get to talk more about marketing. We get to talk more about how do we navigate marketing in this digital age and the online world, and to really stay upfront on what's working, what's not working, and how things shift so quickly.
So let's go straight into that, because you already mentioned how much it's changed since 2020. This is one of the most dazzling things that we face right now is the rapidity of change. But I'm sure that you agree with me. There are classic marketing principles that we must stick to.
Yep.
Even with the acceleration of technology and marketing trends and all of these things which are so destabilizing, even if you've got a solid business, that they're destabilizing. So from your point of view, with the peers that you mingle with, what do you think is the context now of 2025? Let's just talk about this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what we're seeing in the market now, which is really, really important, and it's kind of been building for the past several years, is how important it is to really connect and create relationships with people before you're inviting them to buy. Back in the day, it was really easy to just say, come to my masterclass, come to my challenge, here's a free link to my free webinar, and people would watch it and they would buy. With COVID, especially here in the US, people had more income from extra checks that the government was giving people. And so, people were making buying decisions a lot quicker. Now, people are more discerning and they are vetting who it is that they want to work with, because maybe they've been burned in the past, or it's taking a lot longer for them to really feel like they are trusting and confident around wanting to work with somebody. So it's even more important now that not only do we want to give value and lead with our heart and be visible, yes, but there has to be that nurturing process that happens. There has to be that connection so that people trust you and they feel safe, because if they don't feel safe and if they don't trust you, they're not going to want to work with you. And so this idea that people are just going to click on links to buy is just not happening anymore. This idea that, if I just make a post on social media and invite them to book a call with me, that'll happen. That doesn't happen anymore. People really need to have an extra experience and touch and know that there's an authentic, real person behind the message. And so the change happens before we're actually inviting somebody into a masterclass. The change happens before we're actually even inviting somebody into a webinar. How are we leading with value, but also how are we actually just connecting and showing up authentically and letting them know that we see them, we hear them, giving them, a real intimate touch, before we're asking them to do anything.
It's time to create a more human internet. Really.
Especially with AI, right? I mean, AI is great for some things, but, there's so much information that, and people claim to be experts that aren't, and so people are lacking trust. We talk about 2025, we saw this at the beginning of 2024, and now we're seeing it even more in 2025. We're calling it a trust recession. People don't have the same level of trust because they're not sure what is the information that they can trust, who are the people that they can trust. So if you really want to, bring up clients into your business, you have to show that you are a real person. You have to show that you can be trustworthy. And you have to actually connect with people and create relationships with them way before you ask them to hop on a call or make a purchase of any kind.
Yes, absolutely. So you talked about the kind of the economic climate in the US.
Mhm.
In England, it's pretty much the same. I just talked about to my daughter earlier about costs going up through the roof and
Yeah.
and values shifting. However, we are still in business. We are still, people still need solutions. People still need our help. That's
Yep.
never going to go away. We know
People
people.
are still buying. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. It's not that people aren't buying. They absolutely are buying. They still need solutions to the problems that you solve, I solve, and that, our communities solve for sure.
Yeah. And in fact, more so than ever before, with even more people, especially coaches, coming online or deciding to use the online space. They're gathering, and they still need the basics, the foundations and everything.
Yeah.
So the market is still vibrant. It's just
Yeah.
working in a different way. And I love the way
Yeah.
you put the accent on the relationship building and community building and the human aspect, because when you get onto social media, a lot of social media experts will tell you that you can, make a fortune in the DMs and all of these, but you can spend a lifetime trying those kind of tactics and not get anywhere.
And I'm so glad that you use that word tactics, because I think a lot of people don't really understand what the difference is between having a strategy and tactics. A strategy is where, we are doing some specific things that we know are basic and, to the foundations of how do we build and grow our business, such as how are we getting in front of people so that they can hear how they can get support, right? I call that, our attraction. How are we creating visibility and getting in front of people? Then, how are we nurturing them? And then how are we inviting them to work with us, right? So there's a strategy that we put in place. Tactics are those little things or the multiple of different ways that, you can do, DMs, ads, lip syncing, there's so many different, tactics that people teach out there, but not all tactics are actually effective. And not all tactics are actually in alignment with how you actually want to build and grow your business. So it's more important than the tactics is actually getting a strategy that you can put on repeat that is based on timeless principles, right? And relationships is one of those. Building and connecting with relationships is a timeless principle. Whether we go back to old school marketing where, the vacuum salesman knocked on doors and actually had a conversation with the woman, and he went in and vacuumed her carpet to show her, what the difference was. Or, the direct mailing pieces where you actually got a handwritten note or something like that, right? Those are timeless principles based on connecting with people as real people and building relationships. And yet what has been taught back in the day, I know when I graduated from my certification, is this idea that all we need to do is attract and sell, be visible and sell, be visible and sell, be visible and sell. And what they are missing, which I've been doing back since, 2017 in my business, is this nurture piece. It's a three-legged stool. First, you give people value so that they can find you and see you. Then you need to connect with them and serve them with even more value and let them know that you're here and let them know that you've got them and really create that relationship with them before you invite them to work with you, before you invite them to buy, before you invite them into even a consultation to see if they want to explore working with you. And that is a huge chunk that has been missing for many, many years because of the tactics. If you implement this tactic, you'll make more sales, right? Just do this thing and make more sales. And so people are missing the entire strategy. They're missing the understanding of, the psychology of buying that, people are taking on these days, which is they want to connect with a real person before they make a decision.
Lovely. I hope anybody listening to that is taking notes on that, because that's just music to my ears, and I know it to be true. So we were talking earlier on about how you've adapted your own business to this current market, but because we know it's not necessarily the economy, but nevertheless, not every emerging founder, new entrepreneur can go straight to hiring a very, very high level guru, a high level coach.
Yeah.
So you've got a beautiful container for people to be able to come into your world and have access to highly valuable resources with the quality of having a high level coach. Well, you are a high level coach anyway.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
Tell us why why that you created that shift? What was it in response to?
Yeah. So this is such a good question. I created, it's called Holistic Business Success Studio. And what I wanted to do was to give people a place where they could have access to a library of information, but not just information, actual live connection and actual support. And that's one thing that I noticed was missing from many, many online courses, right? DIY courses, online courses. You might have a membership that you can go into and download information or watch videos, but you don't really have somebody to ask your questions to, right? And so I wanted to make sure that people had a low barrier way that they could come in, have access to not just information, but also live trainings that I do every single month and live Q&A sessions. So they actually have an expert to ask their questions to. So they get feedback on what it is that they're trying and feedback on what it is that they're implementing. And I really wanted to just take away the barrier that can come with, high ticket offers. I love high ticket offers. I have high ticket offers. I have a flagship program called Activate Abundance Academy, which is an entire year program that comes with one-on-one coaching in it. And so I will absolutely continue to offer that because that serves people in so many great ways. And there's also people who are just starting and just want to dip their toe in the water and they're not sure yet where to start. And this gives them an opportunity to start creating traction in their business, to start gaining the information that they need, to start asking questions, and to build a relationship with me so that then if they want to continue into a different container with me, we've already got a relationship. We've already got trust there. They know, how it is that I can help them, how it is that I can serve them. And if it feels like a good fit for them, they can continue. And if they don't, no problem. So, we're actually giving people like their first month for free so that they can get in there and they can see what's in there. They can download trainings. They can, take a look at any of the call replays that we've done. They can take a look at the call schedule, see if that works for them so that they can really just kind of look around and see, is this a place that I want to continue to stay? And then if they want to stay, we have a really low monthly rate that they can stay in the membership for. And there's no contracts. They can cancel at any time. So we really just want to give people, a no risk place to really get the support and the information that they need.
Yeah, absolutely. No risk. And also when you look around at what is available for the low monthly subscription, and working with somebody of your caliber, it's absolutely a no-brainer.
My clients are like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, you know what? I just feel called to do this. I mean, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm offering it at this price. Like to have live access to me twice a month is insane. I'm like, what am I doing? And it just feels right. It feels good to me. I feel, called to continue to do that. And so that's what I went with. Trusted my heart.
You've got how many did you say in the community now?
Oh, yeah. So we do have an online community called the Online Holistic Coach Community. We've got 6,300 people in there. That's not the same thing as the Holistic Business. Yeah, that is because we just opened this up like 2 days ago. We had our very first live call. So this is just a really brand new offering designed to meet people where they are, and let them dip their toe in the water and get support and see, hey, do I resonate with this coach? Do I want to continue working with her? Do I, feel aligned with the methods and the strategies that she's teaching? And then, of course, if they want more intimate support and if they want more personalized guidance, they can continue to move into, either the Holistic Business Foundations program that we have or even the Activate Abundance Academy program that we have.
Absolutely. And there are so many wellness and fitness and life coaches and practitioners now coming online using the online space. You cannot do better than go to Christine and just get it right from the beginning. So it's highly recommended. Chris, I'd love to talk about all my favorite topics now, which is one of which is personal branding, of course. Your brand, do you think your brand has evolved over time, and especially over the last few years while you've been shift?
Yes and no. I've always been really, it's always been really clear for me what I'm going to stand for. I'm a stand for women. I'm a stand for women creating financial independence. I'm a stand for women being able to build and grow holistic businesses that serve others and allow them to be well compensated. I am a stand for being able to do this in a way where we're making soulful exchanges and not, resorting to, bro marketing or aggressive tactics that feel out of alignment for us. So that's always been something that I've done. That part of my brand will never change because that's a core of who I am and a core of my beliefs and the way that, I've always run my business. I think that, the only thing that has changed a little bit with my branding is honestly maybe a little bit of the images and just, dialing in even more how important relationships are, not only to me, but also, the community aspect, our people inside of all of our programs, no matter what container they're in, love being a part of a community. They love being a part of something greater than themselves. They love knowing that they're going to get cheered on. We just actually have a client of mine whose father just passed away, and we've got an not online, it's like a voice messaging app called Boxer with a V. And she's so supported and so loved in there, right? So she's not on her own. I think that's really valuable. It's really important for us to be tapped into a community where we know we're surrounded by others that are cheering us on and loving on us, even through the dark times, even through the challenging times, and celebrating our wins, and not being afraid to say, oh my gosh, I just created a $20,000 a month, and not be afraid to actually claim the success and to claim the wins that we're also making in our business.
Yeah, I've heard that from quite a few women lately, just absolutely talking about our success, which is quite difficult for women to do in general, especially heart-centered and
Yeah.
soul-led women. We weren't brought up to vaunt to.
Right. They're like, oh, I don't want to brag. I don't want to be, and I think it's important that we really differentiate the difference between, saying, oh, I'm just, look at me, I'm all that, versus I can do this and so can you. And it's okay to claim that. And it's okay to claim your lane and to claim your empowerment and what it is that you do. And I think that's really, really a powerful place to be, especially as a visionary and a leader in today's world.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I give you a little extremely positive feedback on your visual shifts?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've known you for a few years now, and I know that the website has amethyst. I know you love lilac and violet, and those are your colors, and mandalas and all of those. But what I love that's come through since you had your new images is there are images of a very successful woman. They're very sophisticated, and I love that. I love that balance. This isn't just another spiritual coach's website. There's a wealthy, successful, independent woman there as well. So that is so alluring because I notice everything.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, that makes my heart feel so happy.
And but this balance of holistic and all things a little bit woo, but not not terribly, but with wealth and success and comfort and freedom and all of those things that we're working for. I love the way that you brought those and they've just emerged. I know it wasn't dramatic, but as an aesthete, I noticed immediately this shift of vibe. So
we actually did just an upgrade for our website a couple months, maybe it was even 6 months ago, and we're still tweaking little things here and there, but I wanted it to be a little bit more clean. I wanted it definitely to have more of that balance that you're talking about, and it's been really fun to just kind of do that and to share that with people.
Yes, all part of the messaging. So important. So talk to me about the book.
Oh my gosh, that's right. The book. I know you can see it kind of, you move over where am I going? I don't know. Like this is mirrored. I'm like, I don't know. But you can see the book in the background. It's called The Soulful Abundance System. And I'm so excited. We were actually featured in New York Times Square in November, which was so super exciting to actually have my very first, book featured up there. It is actually, what I decided to do is to take everything that I typically teach in a year inside of Activate Abundance Academy. It's called The Soulful Abundance System. And we put it in a book so that we could get it in the hands of more women so that they could actually see and learn in a book form how they can also build a very purposeful and prosperous holistic six-figure business. And so we basically just broke down the entire system in there. And we even included, client stories and, some ways that people were using the system, so that people could actually see that it's possible. It's not just like, oh, well, the only people that are making money are business coaches out there. No, not true. It's, there are many, many holistic coaches that are making great money and are, doing it in a way that fills them up and allows them to feel impactful and purposeful in their life and in their business. And I wanted to have a way that we could get that message into more hands. And so we came out with the book.
It's already published? It's out?
It's in the process right now. Yeah, we are. As a matter of fact, I got, just a message this week from my editor. And so I'm still waiting on the timeline. I'm like, when is it going to be ready? So yeah, we had the book cover. We've got everything. Everything is, registered in the, Library of Congress and the numbers and all of that stuff. We're really just waiting for the final print to come out.
That's going to be so exciting. And we will definitely be featuring that in the magazine.
Thank you.
So what else can we expect in the new Brand Runway magazine from you, Chris?
Gosh, you know what? I really want to just kind of also hear, I love to respond to, what's happening now in the market. So definitely I'll be bringing, what is it that I see that's morphing or shifting or changing? I've always been fully transparent in anything that I do behind the scenes of my business. So definitely be sharing, are there any pivots or tweaks that we're making so that people can stay on top of market trend? And also, listening to our readers and finding out what is it that they want more of, because I'd love to hear what it is that, people would like, where are they stuck, what challenges do they need, so that I can actually create materials and information that is going to answer those questions for them directly.
Fantastic. Actionable, relevant, doable.
Yes, absolutely. Practical, heart-centered things that you can actually implement. This is not just about getting you more information. This is about giving you implementable, practical tips and steps that you can take that are going to make a drastic change in your business, for sure.
Absolutely. And I am going to underline that by saying this is one of the things about Brand Runway is it is going to be actionable, calls to action, doable, your next moves, what to do next, not just stories about people's lives. So
exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And we need more of that, Jenni. So I'm so glad that you're doing this. So glad that you're doing this, right? We've got information overload. And I love that you're just bringing us all here so that we can kind of organize the information from the experts. You get to organize the information, but people actually are going to walk away with these practical pieces that they can actually do something with and action.
Well, so many magazines are full of glossy pictures about people's success, but aren't necessarily useful for people when they're getting their hands in the clay. And I think and they can be a little bit dry and dusty sometimes. And people, I just don't need to read about another person who's, so successful. What I want is somebody to help me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need more of that for sure. So thank you for bringing me along this journey with you.
You are so welcome. I'm super excited. Can't sleep. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for coming in and talking to us today about this beautiful place that you've got available now, even before the magazine comes out. And we will share the links in the show notes for that, where people can come and check you out. And we look forward so much to having the quality of your content again in the new magazine, in Brand Runway. So thank you, Chris. Lights down. That's a wrap on today's Brand Runway collection. I hope you're filled with inspiration to step into your spotlight and claim your place as the sought after and fully booked up changemaker you're meant to be. Remember, your gifts and the value you bring to the world are pure gold. They deserve the perfect showcase. For all the tools and resources we discussed today, including the latest edition of Brand Runway magazine and how to take the next step, your VIP access awaits in the show notes below. This is your moment to shine brilliantly. And until our next showing, this is Jenni Parker Brown reminding you that every day is your runway. Bye-bye.